Hello and welcome to another live stream where I will show you ORBX openLC Europe. I am obeying your wishes, and the wish was to show you the area at the Matterhorn in Switzerland. So basically showing you the heart of the Alps. It's openLC Europe. Sorry, that's me talking here. And I hope everything's okay with the sound. I hope everything's okay with the picture. In case it's not, just please let me know in the chat, in the channel. We are already set for takeoff. I decided to not do the whole taxi sequence and startup sequence so we can enjoy the scenery more. So everything is set for departure as far as I can see here. So we'll set the flaps for takeoff. And as you can see, I've chosen the Swiss plane. So we will do the takeoff in this direction, and we'll have to turn around 180 degrees just to intercept the valley that's heading towards the Matterhorn. So I'm giving full rich now, and we will do the takeoff now. Up, and we'll do a turn here right now. Have to make it a steep turn, a little bit more. Not lose any altitude here, but it's a steep turn because the valley is very narrow. So and we'll do a pretty steep climb now because I want to get you to the altitude of the Matterhorn as fast as possible. I think we won't manage to reach the altitude of the Matterhorn, of the peak of the Matterhorn, because that's too high. It's higher than the peak altitude of this Piper, but maybe we can almost achieve it. So we'll see. Okay, so we're in a steep climb now. Climb speed is good. Can already do it a little bit more. I'm checking something first. I'm checking the altitude of the Matterhorn, and it's 4,478 meters, which is almost, it's 14,700 feet or almost. So we are now heading south into this valley. Yeah, heading south, I'm sorry. And we just have to follow this valley to the south, and you will soon see the Matterhorn. So I think that is what you wanted to see. The area here, the heart of the Alps. Okay, we don't need the fuel pump anymore. We don't need the landing light anymore. We're at 5,000 feet now, which is a good climbing altitude now. autopilot now. And we'll have to go into this valley now, so that we can go for the Matterhorn. One thing I noticed, I did this flight before because I had to check if everything works out, and I had to find I had to get my bearings first because I've never flown here before. So I did this flight before, and one thing I noticed, and maybe you will notice it too. I have to reduce the power a little bit. And you can see, I mean, I've never had the chance to experience this area myself, to be honest. I've never been there. I'm planning to go there, but I've never been there so far. But I think that the landscape is, they hit the point with the landscape. You see, there is the tree line, and there are some barren mountain peaks here, and and also the valley down here with the river, and these barren rocky landscapes, and the treeless mountain tops. That's pretty. It really is like it's in the Alps. But there's one thing I noticed, and that's one of the disadvantages of openLC Europe, or such packs in general. You will see when we pass Zermatt, that's the famous town at the base of the Matterhorn, and it's not exactly a small town, but you will see how it looks like in openLC Europe. You will see that it doesn't look very realistic. There is just a few houses down there, and I think I've taken a look at the satellite picture of Zermatt, and it's there are more hotels. It's a bigger town, just to say in short. And that's a problem with openLC Europe. You cannot expect, when you're flying in an area that you know, you cannot expect the scenery to be just like in real life. It's no photorealistic scenery, but I think openLC is just more about the mood, or the overall picture that you get of the scenery. So it looks very it's a good match, but it's not every landscape feature that you're used to from the real world is there. It's an approximation, but it's not. Although, I've said it before in these showcases, in case you spot, in case you're flying somewhere that you know very well, and you spot that an important town is missing, or an important landmark is missing, you can let the developers know. You can write a ticket to the developers and tell them, hey, this is missing, please change that, and they will hopefully include it in one of their service packs. So in case you're experiencing something like that, and in case you're annoyed by it, just let the developers know, and they will hopefully change that in one of their future updates. So we are still climbing, and let's take some more looks at the landscape. And as you can see, I think it looks beautiful. Okay, there's a question chat, when are you going to do Let's Fly Around the World 2? Well, what I can tell you is that I finished the first Around the World tour. I finished that already, and the videos are in production. I will upload, or I will make the second part of the current episode. I will put that online today. So actually I can do it with a click now. Let me check. I'm sitting in front of the computer anyway, so I can just switch it online now. Let me switch it to public and publish it. And there it is. It is online, and I will just post it on Facebook as well. There we are. It's online. And I don't know exactly what the second part will be, and if there will be a second part. I'm planning to do it, but I don't know exactly. The problem is that I've currently started some new categories, and I will focus on them first. In case you're following my YouTube channel, you will know which categories I've started. So, as you can see, there's the Matterhorn. We're at 10,000 feet now. So, and now, if I'm not completely mistaken, not yet. In case I am not mistaken, Zermatt should be what has happened now? This is weird. Ah, okay. Weather is turning a bit to the worse now. Let me check something. The Zermatt should be, I think it should be somewhere below us. Okay. So I think correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we should almost be over Zermatt now, and as you can see, there isn't really a big town below us. So yeah. I mean, it's not mandatory that it's there. I just think it's a little bit it's a pity that it's not there. I mean, I think they, you know, there are certain areas that they should have, in my opinion, should have made by hand. There actually are some areas that they made by hand. I think it's the, for example, the Vesuv area. I think they did that by hand, and there are some areas. Maybe they should have done this one as well, because correct me if I'm wrong, maybe they did it, but I think that the Matterhorn, I think for a lot of Europeans, it's like as I said, it's the heart of the Alps, and maybe they should have paid a little more attention to this area. But I'm far from saying that this is a bad rendition of the area. It's fantastic, and still, in my opinion, it looks very, very realistic. It's just that Zermatt is missing somehow, but you know, can live with it. So, well, actually the weather has turned a little bit to the worse. I think I can load a static. Let me check. Load static weather theme. Fair weather, huh? What about that? Ah, beautiful. Okay, just a little bit course correction now because the wind is changing. Okay, here we are. The heart of the Alps. Welcome to it. I'm just gonna check now how far I can go with this Piper. We're at 12,000 feet now. I think that's about the... When you read through a manual, you will see that this is probably the peak altitude. Or the max altitude. Let me check. Oh, it's called service ceiling. I'm sorry. It says 11,000 feet, so we're already pretty much above that. And you can see when we cross the Matterhorn now that this is a beautiful rendition of this rugged terrain of the Alps, and you can see a few lakes here. So this really is, it is very, very beautiful, I think. So let me check something. Okay, that's another viewpoint. And this is the Matterhorn. Okay, now a little bit, you can see that we are having a fuel imbalance now. You can see left tank, right tank. So we'll switch the fuel pump on, and we'll switch the fuel selector to the right tank. We'll switch the fuel pump off and watch the fuel pressure gauge. And it doesn't go down, so everything's fine. Okay, here we have the Matterhorn, and we are already at almost 14,000 feet, and I can't believe that this Piper is really climbing this far up. Maybe we will achieve peak altitude of... Oh, can you hear it? The engine is kind of surging now. Oh, we're at over 14,000 feet now. This is almost the peak altitude. Can you see it? We're almost at peak altitude now. Problem is we're not climbing anymore. it said 14,692 feet. Maybe we can do that. Maybe we can. Yes, we can. Don't know if it's realistic. I'm a little bit surprised that I can climb to this altitude without any problems in this airplane. I will try to level off just a little bit over the peak altitude. 14,600, and I will try to level off at 14,800, so I'm compensating for any pressure altitude differences. Okay, 14,900. Hold the altitude. And maybe we can. Let's try if we can go over the peak. Okay, now let's try. There's a question in the chat now that says, I will translate it for you. I have heard that it's not the best if you put your frame limiter to unlimited. I would limit it to 30. You're absolutely right, but mine is limited to 30. It's just that I switched the FSX frame limiter to unlimited, and I switched my NVIDIA limiter to 30 frames per second. So I'm just using an external frame limiter, not the FSX frame limiter. So actually my frame rate is limited. Now let's see if we can go over the peak. Let's try it. Curious if it will work. Okay guys, cross your fingers. Okay, I'm getting ready for a screenshot now. This one's for the history books. And here we are, guys, over the Matterhorn in Switzerland, directly over the peak. Now where's the peak? There we are. We did it. Okay, so yeah, this concludes this live stream. In case you're watching this on Twitch, just leave me some suggestions where you want to see the next live stream. In case you're watching it on YouTube, just leave me a message or a comment where you want to see or where we should go next in Europe, just to show you this beautiful add-on. Until we see ourselves the next time, I wish you, as always, happy landings.